Excel for data analysis. So we are going to continue from where we stopped in the first class. Now, for somebody, the lady that said that she cannot find the name, define name or other things. If you have this kind of Excel, you will see this drop down. Just click on the drop down. You will see every other information that you need there. If that is the kind of Excel you use, click on the drop down here. It will show you what you have, and the defined name from selection, and the rest can be shown there. Okay, good. Okay, the next thing we're going to look at now is called cell referencing. Cell what? Cell referencing. In Excel, I used to tell people the most interesting topic or function that I like in Excel is this cell referencing, because it can save you 20 hours. It can save you hours when you have to recreate formula multiple times. If you understand how to use reference very well, you will enjoy Excel. You will enjoy Excel. So please, let's focus our attention on this. Where is the mixed form? We have absolute form, absolute reference. Okay, it should be there. Okay, so when we talk about cell referencing, that is what we see when we type formula like this. This times this. This is called reference. We are referencing a cell B7, and multiply by what? Cell C7. It's called reference. We are making reference to cell B7 and what? Cell C7. This is 10 times 5, 50. Is that clear? Do you understand what we mean by reference? We reference B and C7. Is that clear? Where is my friend? Let me look for a friend here today. I need to have a friend. Mr. Rabi Okoloyeru, is it Mr.? I think it should be a Mr. Rabi Okoloyeru, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there with you, sir.
This reference, I said, do you understand what reference means? Equals to P7 times C7. I said we are referencing these two cells. Is that okay?
Yeah,
now,
I understand, sir.
If I copy this formula here, if I copy it, Control C, and I come here, I type Control V, paste. The formula has changed to 65. Why? Sarabu, why do you think the formula changed to 65?
Can you hear me, sir?
I didn't hear you.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes, it changes because what we like what we reference there in that rule and column is not same with what we reference on that particular rule.
Okay, this one is B7 and C7. This one is B9 and C9. Okay,
yeah.
It means that it's multiplying these two cells together, this and this.
Yes.
Who told Excel that we want to multiply these two cells? We just copy now. We just copy like this. Copy and copy down. Just copy. How did Excel know that we want to multiply these two cells together? And want to multiply these two cells together? That's what we want to learn here.
Okay.
Is that clear? Now, by default, all reference in Excel is called relative reference. Any formula in Excel, when you copy the formula, Excel will shift one space to the right. If I copy to the right like this, Excel will shift one space to the right. Can you see? That's shifted from 10 and 5 to 5 and 0. If I come here, it has shifted again by one is shifting one cell based on how many space between my number and my formula. You get that? Look at this formula here. Equals to this times this. There's no space between this and this, right? Between this and this, there's no space. If I copy this to the right side, Control R, it will multiply the first two cells again to me. If I come here and write Control R again, Control R, it will multiply the next two cells. Can you see that it's shifting? Step by step, it keeps shifting. That is called what? Relative reference. That is the default of Excel. Now, let me go to this page called relative reference. Is that clear first before we move on? I have these two.
Yes.
I have this 12 polygon table. I can say equals to this times this. That is 12, right? If I copy this thing down, Excel will be changing step by step, step by step, step by step, until we get to the last one by one. It's changing step by step, step by step. Why? Because it is called relative reference. So now, can you do that everyone first? Write your formula, first formula, and try to copy it down. You can use copy and paste. You can copy everything here and do paste. Control P, it will paste for you. Or you can drag down. You can drag, or you can use Control R. Sorry, Control D. That's copy down. So first try it now in 2 minutes. Once you get the relative reference, then you move to absolute reference. Absolute reference. Absolute reference. Absolute reference. Are you done? Once you are done, type done. Or type ready in the chat box. Type ready in the chat box. Okay. Okay, great. Ready, okay, good. Now, look at my screen. Look at my screen. Look at my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. A minute, please. Okay, in this cell under without absolute reference, I want to change this money. This is dollar. We want to change it. We want to change it to naira. I will type equals to this 15 times 750. This is the name, the number here. I click enter. I've done that. Can we do that, everybody? Multiply the rent by multiply the rent so you will get what? 1,105,000. Now, next thing you do now is copy this down. Copy this down here. See what you have. You get the same thing like I get. You get 0.0000. Why? Because it's relative. Formula is relative reference. When I copy it, it went down. When I copy again, it comes down. Can you see? The thing keep coming down. That is why so that is why you are getting 0. The number has shifted from 750. See this one again. That's shifted down again. See this one again. That's come down again. So each time I copy the formula down, the number keeps coming down. Now, let's now go to another cell. Everybody, go to new cell now. Click on this cell now. Click on this cell now. And click on this one again. This cell, sorry, equals to this cell multiplied by this cell. This is E8. But for E8, type dollar here in front of E and type dollar in front of 8. Do that, everybody. Put dollar in front of E and put dollar in front of 8. That's E8. Put dollar in front of E and put dollar in front of 8. Then hit enter. Everybody do that. Put dollar in front of E and put dollar in front of 8. Then hit enter. Have you done that? Now copy down again. Copy down again. Bam. Working fine. What do you see? What do you think is happening? Everybody is pointing to this 750. Everyone is pointing to this 750. It's not changing again because we have fixed this E8 by putting dollar in front of column and row. It cannot shift to the right. It cannot shift to the left. It cannot shift to the right. It cannot shift to the left. Anywhere 750 remain the same. Look at it. Equals to 750. I put dollar in front of this. Dollar E dollar 8. Dollar 8. If I copy this thing 1 million times, remain 750. See, 750. If I copy it, about 750. Why? Because it's absolute reference. Anywhere I copy it to, it will remain 750. Because of what? It's on absolute reference. When you put dollar in front of E and A, it means it is what? Absolute reference. That is the first explanation. Is that clear? Can read the note later. Is that clear? On absolute reference. Have you done that, everybody?
Yes.
Absolute reference. That is how that is done. We use it when you have, look at this example here. Let's go back to the relative reference. Go back, I want you to do this, everybody. Put something here. Like 12. But make sure that this C4 is in absolute form. C4, make sure it's in absolute form. And copy it down. Sorry, no, sorry. Which one? No, sorry. I'm wrong. E3 should be in absolute form. This is 1 to 1 by all now. Instead of share form, just dollar E $3. Enter. I'm going to do this one and copy it down. See what you get. You get it. If you get it, type here in the chat box. Sometimes we get the same thing. I just have form 12 somewhere, and I multiply this 12 by all these numbers. Multiply this 12 by all these numbers. Is that clear? Is that clear? Any question? Any question? Any question? So just assume that that is clear, right?
Sorry, Mr. Akim, one question, please.
Right.
On this relative reference, the dollar sign
Okay.
is signifying 1. But in the relative reference, the dollar sign is signifying 750. Is that the implication?
Didn't get you.
I said
Sign
on the dollar sign
in the
here
reference.
now. Yes, in the reference, it's signifying 750. Like that's the exchange rate used.
This one, yes.
Or in the relative reference, if you want to make it absolute, it's signifying 1. So it means it can't change. Is that the implication of the dollar sign?
Do I get your question? I think I don't get your question.
No, what I'm trying to say is that
now,
on this example now, since we are trying to use absolute reference, if you put the dollar sign in front of E and in front of 3.
Okay, for here.
So yes.
Here.
So
okay.
Yes. So it means that you still get the same value, but the dollar sign is kind of restricting it from changing.
Yeah, it will not allow this one to change from 12. This cell will not change. Why the other cell is changing? The other cell that is not fixed is changing. But this one that will fix is not changed. Look at this one again. This one has changed to 3 from 1. I changed to 2 to 3. This one is changing. This C6, C4, C5, 6, 6, 7. Look at this. C8, 9. Are you getting me? It's changing. But this one, because we make it absolute, we said this reference, we want to reference only this cell. That is called, as I call it, absolute reference. That is, this cell must not change. That's why we make it what? Absolute reference. That is called absolute reference. I think you get
Okay, so now I get it. So it means that when you introduce this dollar sign, that's the sign that makes it absolute.
Good. You're right.
Okay. Does it work the same thing in other Excel sheets when you have a broader one? So if you want to make some rows absolute, do you introduce the dollar sign?
All Excel. That's way it's working. All Excel. Yes. That's why I said it's one of the most interesting topics in Excel that we must master very well. I will send some questions into the group maybe after the class on this reference thing. Very interesting. Okay, that is good.
Thank you.
Now, sometimes instead of typing, when you want to type your absolute reference, consider we are typing $E$4. That is good. But there is Excel has a function that you can use to do that. Instead of typing dollar, there is a function in Excel that we can use. That is called function F4. Can you see this function here? Can you see this function here? It can do the magic for you. Right? How do we do that? Look at my screen, everybody. Equals to F4 my keyboard. Can you see dollar? Can you see dollar here? Automatically it will appear. When I press F4 on my keyboard, this function F4, this function P. When you press it, it will put $E$4 on your cell. Let me do it once again. Look at my screen. Equals to, I click a cell because of this. Now you can see that this cell is still highlighted. I just press F4 on my keyboard. It will give you that. Put dollar in front of it. You add dollar to your data. But if it doesn't, if there is not if your phone does not work, make sure you press this Fn before you press the function, before you press F4. That Fn key. Sorry. That Fn, press this Fn first. Fn, F4, you press them together. Fn, F4 together. It will put dollar, it's able to put dollar in front of it. That is another method of doing that. But the bottom line is the dollar sign will make it to be fixed. And not shift from that position anywhere you are copying it to. Make it absolute reference. Okay, let's move on. Let's now look at what is called mixed reference. We've seen relative, we've seen absolute. We now want to see mixed. How can we mix reference and absolute together? We want to mix two things together, reference and absolute. Yeah, well done, Madam Abiola Rashida. Great job. So we want to see mixed reference. What is called mixed reference? Look at this one. Mixed reference is in a reference where you either fix either column or row. Here, we fix when we do that. When you have something like this, $A3, we have fixed both column and row. But when you have equals to $A3, we fixed the column, but the row is free. When you have equals to $3, please look at this very well. Look at these three. They are going to the same cell, but they are going to behave differently. The first one is fixing. It has fixed column and row. This is what we just learned this one, right? Just learn this. Just learn this one. Just learn this. We have fixed column and row. That is clear. Look at this one now. We want to fix a column only and leaving row free. We want to fix the row 3, and leave the column free. These are called make reference. Is that clear as explanation?
Yes, it is.
Once again, what we learn is $8, $3, which is fixed. But the situation whereby we don't need to fix everything. We just need to fix either column or fix either row. We want to fix one of the two. Like here, we are fixing column A. $A means what? This A column has been fixed when you see that in front of it. But 3 is free. 3 can change to 4, can change to 5, can change, that can change to anything. But that A will never change because of that $. And on the other case, on the way around, when you have like this, it means this 3 has been fixed. A can change to B to C, A can change, A is free, A is on relative reference, but 3 is on absolute. 3 can never change. That is called what? Mixed reference. One is relative, one is mixed. One is relative, one is absolute. That's why we call it mixed reference. Now, let's now see how to apply them into the real life situation now. You have this table. The last table we work with, we have one price to multiply everything. But look at this price. Look at this sheet. Look at this sheet. We have different prices for different products. Are we going to be doing formula for this one, another formula for this one, another formula for this one? Fine. If you know absolute reference, you can see you are going to write 3 formulas if you want to use absolute reference. If you want to use relative reference, you're going to write like how many formulas? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 formulas. You want to use relative reference. Even more than that, you want to write more than that. Relative reference will give you like, you're going to write like 1, 2, 5 formula here. That is low. But now you want to learn how to use relative reference, one formula to fill all the gaps. One. How do we do that? Look at our price, the rate. The rate is on the row 11. Am I right? The rate is on row 11. It means we don't want it to change. This row 11 must be fixed. Row 11 must be what? Must be fixed. Note that very well. Our rate is on row 11. Row 11 must be fixed. Let's comment and see how to do that. Equals to this. To fix row 11, what do we do? If you are using F4, you press F4 twice. If you want to use dollar, you can just type dollar in front of 11. 11 is fixed already. 11 is fixed. Now, multiply by this formula. Let's see, okay. As it is now, I can just copy down. I can just copy this table. Everything is working. What I've just done, let me explain what I've done. Since I left C to be free. When it came here, C has become D. When it came here, D becomes E. So it's free. But the row, or this row remains fixed. You can see that when it comes down, it does not leave this space. Because of what? Because 11 is already, this row has been fixed. One formula, I fill in all the gaps without any issue. Just single formula, everything is done. Instead of doing this times this, and I start repeating the same formula every time, no. If I do this and I keep typing the formula every time, no, doesn't make sense. When you have a larger sheet or a larger data, it will be giving you challenge. If I use this absolute reference, I can only work on a row. Only work on a column rather. If I use absolute reference. The moment I shift to this state, I will get error because it will be pointing to 100 and the price here is 350. That is why we need to leave this. That's why we need to allow this C to shift to D and to shift to H. Let me do it one again. So any question? Let me first see. Is it? You get it? Let me allow you to practice it. Practice it and ask questions. If you don't get it, let me before I explain. First, do it first. Do it. Are you set? If you are set, write
Yes.
set in that chat box. Yeah, great. Word again. That is called, okay, good. That is called mixed reference. I hope it makes sense. Those are the tips that can save you time in Excel. Once you do formula, you just fill in all your server without having any reason to be writing formula and be writing formula every time. So let me re-explain again for those who are yet to get it. When you have dollar in front of column and row, that's the absolute reference. But when you have a dollar in front of one, dollar A, but no $3. Or you have A, you have $3. So it means that one of them is free. So when we use that is that when you have your rate or the multiplier on a row or on a column, like in this case, if you have gotten that, I want you to practice this. Those who have gotten the first one, go and do this one. This is on the column now. Go and try this and fill in this gap. But if you have not gotten it, just stay with me here. So we have equals to this times this. For this price, we don't want to be writing formula every time. We want to make sure that this 100 naira is on absolute reference. But this will change to 350 when we come to this row. It means that we are going to leave this C, we are going to leave C. So I can go to D, you can go to E. For this row must not change. Just come here and put your dollar sign. F4 first time, F4 the second time. So you can see the dollar in front of 11, hit enter, then copy to the right and copy down. Control R and Control T. That is it. Now let's look at the other way around. This time around, we have our rate on the column. These are the rates on the column, and then we have this inside here. We need to fill in all this gap, all this price. We want to know the price. We want to know the full price. This is rate per unit, This is rate, this is quantity rather. So quantity is rate. We want to multiply to get the cost. What do? Equals to this multiplied by this. Now, this is our rate, but we have 3 rates here. What are we going to fix there? Is it column A we are going to fix or row 35? I want you to unmute and talk to me. Which one are we going to fix
Column A.
here? Column A. Who disagree? If you disagree with that,
Column
please
A.
let me know. Column A, you agree. Okay, let me do it and see if it works. F1, F4, first time, second time, third time. If you don't want to use and to write dollar, and just use that. That is, for the third time, it becomes what? $A. 35 is free. Hit enter. Let's try it and see if it's working for us. I'm moving to talent and I'm copying this down. Bam, it worked fine. Let me check this last one. Can you see? The last row multiplied by the last cell. That is how mixed reference works. So when you get the video, you can see repractice and repractice and repractice. Okay, I think we are good. So the next thing we look at is number formatting. Number formatting. Number formatting. There are a lot of formatting in Excel, but what we are going to do here today is on number. Since Excel is more or less working with numbers, not with text, really. Yes, we can format text also, but we are going to work more on numbers. Okay, let's see how to do number formatting here. Okay, let me add date here. Add date here and add phone number there. Those are other dates. Then add quarter or decimal. Decimal here. Okay, now to undo number formatting, everybody, please let's look at the screen now. Go to Home tab. Can you see this box here? This is the box for number formatting. We have alignment, we have font, we have all these are formatting. But what we are focusing on now is number format. You can press Ctrl+1 on your keyboard. You can press Ctrl+1 on your keyboard. It's going to give you the same thing. When you press Ctrl+1, you will get it. Ctrl+1. I want to get this. You can Ctrl+1, you can get it. Ctrl+1. So you can see number, currency here. This is number. Everything under here are number formatting. This is alignment. This is font. This is border. This is field. All these forms. These are different. But what we want to learn is number formatting. So when you pick a number, to define how the number will work, just press Ctrl+1, and this number is going to be a number with 2 decimal places, and you want comma at the end of thousands. So this is where you define that. Can you see that it's changing? As I'm increasing it or decreasing it, it's changing. I want to have 9 decimal point. I don't want this one to be there. Can you see? So this is where you define how your number behaves. Okay. That is it. No decimal, but 1 comma. 1 comma at the back of it. That is I'm pressing Control 1 again. Then I can change from numbers to currency. I want to see currency, how currency works. Okay, now I can change the currency from here to any currency of my choice. If you want to use our local currency, you can use our Naira too. You can see different kind of dollar, American dollar, Singaporean dollars, and the rest, all the dollars. You can see all the dollars there. So let's look for Naira. Let's for Naira. You can use Edo Naira. See the same thing. Only Fulani Naira is different. Every other Naira here are the same. Only Fulani Naira will give you something different. Naira, Edo Naira, Yuba Naira, give Hausa Naira. This is Naira in front of it. You can just do that. So you can, it means that you can change your numbers. But one thing about formatting is that look at this thing here. Even though there's dollar Naira sign here, nothing will show here. No Naira will show here. No Naira will show here. Can you see? It's only showing here for you to see, but the numbers here does not change. 32. That's what I call it formatting. You can add this number together now. But if by mistake you type dollar Naira sign yourself, you type a Naira or N and you put something like a line in front of it, and you add it together, it will not work for you. Like, let's say something like this. People type dollar 200, dollar 400. If you add it together, it will not work. It will not work like this. It will not work like this. Now you see, because they are not numbers. But if you type 200 and you type 400, and you come here, press Control 1. And you select dollar here. Currency. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, good. So if you see this one that I just formatted will work together with addition. But this one will not work together because what? These are text. These are just format. This is 200 and 400. This is 200. This one is the text format because there's something that is not number in this cell. So when you type manually, remember, just know that what you have typed is not number. It has become text. While this one that you format will behave normally like a number, even though it will be showing the text, it will be showing the format as it is. Now, the next thing we look at is we are still on the number format, Control 1. Then you can see accounting format. Accounting format, just like the number format, is also the same thing. But the difference is, look at the difference. On the accounting format, your currency will stay separate from the number because it's not part of, but under the currency format, currency will stay together with that number. That is just the only difference between the accounting format and currency format, and that does not really make any difference. Then control 1 again, we have what's called date and time. You can also format date. Let me try to convert some days. Let me copy some things there. Okay, let's copy something. Copy everything here. Let me copy this. You can say control 1 and come to date here. So you can see different kind of dates that you have. You can see, and you can also change the date format. This is UK format, where you have the day before the month. You can also say, okay, now I don't want this format. I want other format. I want the US format, where you have the month for the date. You can see different kind of dates you have here. So this is where you select how you want your dates to behave. That is that. Same thing with time too. Time also behave differently. You have 24 hours, you have 2 hours, or then you want to which you want to show. You can always do that. Always change date also. So those are the basic things that we have there. On percentage too, that percentage also where you can write, okay, you have 10 or you have 0.1, something like this. Equals to rand. I want to generate random number. You can use rand to get any number for yourself. Between 0 and 1, rand will give you anything between 0 and 1. Can we see the number that is getting for me? So I can say, let me copy it to the right. Okay, now I don't want to show this number again. I can say Control C and face special, so that the formula will go up. But if the formula does not go up, anytime I do anything, it will change. Or everything, the number will be changing every second. I want the number to be fixed. I can use paste special. When I copy, I will just paste 1, 2, 3 here. That is called paste special. So the formula will go up. Formula will go up. That is it. Now let's convert this to decimal. First one here to decimal. Press Ctrl 1 and then come to decimal. You can see fraction here. See fraction here. You can say okay, up to 1 digit. 1 digit. Let's click OK. Can you see it now? That changed there to the fraction for us. I press Ctrl 1 and I select fraction and I use up to 1 digit or as half or any way you want it to look like. These are the different things. After that is it. That is how to put your numbers in decimal. Look at the septennial, but you can see that the number does not change. The number still remains 0.3425, all this grammar, very long number. But you can see it here in the decimal form, 1/3. That is just the format. That's what is called format. Okay, for those who do not get out how to use the rand function, equals to rand, open bracket and close bracket, that's all. Equals to rand, open bracket and close bracket, that is all. Yeah, that's just like that. It will get you all kind of numbers between 0 and 1. Now, the next one is percentage. I'm selecting all this number again. I press Ctrl 1, go to percentage, and hit OK. Let's make it 1 decimal place. And hit OK. So those are the way by which we can do formatting. And then I mentioned something, phone number. Let me just create some numbers there. Can you see that the 0 is running away? All the zero keeps running away. Zero keeps going away. 0, 7, 0. This. You see, the zero keeps running away. The same thing with check number. I want to write the check number. Check number. Instead of, we have 0, 0, 0, 4, 5, 6. 0, 0, 0, 3, 3, 3. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 3, 3. Have you seen what is happening? The zero keeps running away. Please, are we still together? Okay, then we are.
Mm.
If you want to work on a single cell, you can just put this is it inverted comma and type this column at the top, and you type 0, it will stay. Can you see it there? 0, 0, 4, 5, 6. But it will work like this. But when you have like 100 phone numbers, you have 100 phone numbers. You have 100 phone numbers. How are you going to be putting dollar? I want to put something in front of them. Just copy body. You have 100 row, 100 cells. How are you going to be selecting, putting comma, column 0, both of them one by one? It's going to waste your time, right? And you want to print it in a very good way. What do? Select your data, press Ctrl 1. Press Ctrl 1, then go to custom here. Select a general 0 and type 11 zeros there. How many numbers do you have with your phone number? 11, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, space. I put space after the first one, and I hit OK. We remain 1, 0. Yeah, 11. Can you see? Our phone number is ready. Because I put space between it, you can see that it is behaving. Look at the number does not change, but the behavior has changed due to what? Due to formatting method. Again, let me do it again. Press Ctrl 1, then go to custom, select 0, and make this 11 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 zeros are there. Now we now have, if you make it 12, 0 here will become 2. Like the phone number, check number here. I want to make this one to be 6 digits. What do? I just make 0, 6. Ctrl 1, number, custom, and I type 6 zeros. Type 6 zeros. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Enter. Now you can see there. Even though when you click on it, it will show the numbers only, but you can see that to print this out will make more sense. It will look more meaningful than to leave it like it was before. Then the last thing we're going to look at on number formatting is numbers too. We are still on numbers. Let's quickly look at when you have millions. This number is in millions, right? This number is in millions. Let me copy it on that page. Under Ctrl C. I'm copying this number on that place now. Ctrl V. These are in millions, right? Then millions. That's okay. Okay, format. Let me change format. Ctrl 1. I will change it to general. It has gone back to where it is. I can say, okay, Ctrl 1 here. Look at this custom. Any number you select here will behave the way it is here. Look at this one. The first one here is positive number. The next one here is negative. If this number is positive, it's going to look like this. If it's negative, it look like, look, I'm going to use this as example. This one with red. It means that when the number is negative, it's going to be in red, right? Now let's look at it. I want to put negative in front of two of them. Can you see? Now, but instead of this red, I want to change this to bracket. Anyone with negative should be in a jacket. Press Ctrl 1. Now I can just come back here, remove this minus, and change it to bracket, open bracket, and close bracket. Now, I see that now. If I change this to minus now, it will fall into bracket automatically. These are number formatting. Now let's come back again to this. Ctrl 1. I can come here under number formatting here. Sorry, under the custom here. I can select this and I say, okay, no. If I put after this first 0, I put comma. See what happened? It has removed the last 3 numbers there for me. When you are working in millions and you don't want the long list to show, we use this method. After the 0, I put comma. If I put under comma, that is million. Can you see? We now have this. We now have this now to show. And if it is in billions, I can make it $3. So that means we have 9.09 billions. The number is intact, but now we only have 9 billion. If I change this number to thousands, can you see 0.00 billion? 0.009, that is 0.9, this is 9 million, it means 0.9 billion. So that is how you have something like this. But we don't want to show the thousands. You don't want to show the whole number. You want to show in thousands, 0.2, 0.3. Just come to custom here, and just put comma here, comma. You can make this on 1 digit. 1 digit. Can you see now? Can you see the sample here? This is 3.3, 3.0. But the number remains intact. Nothing happened to the main number. The number is still intact. But the way it's looking now is reflecting what we want it to look like. Those are part of the magic we can do with our number formatting. Lastly, you want to introduce a text into your cell. We have 3 bottles, or we have 3,100 cakes, or we have 3,000 liters. You want to be able to add it. How do we do this? In Excel. Can you see the text? Now we cannot add it again. How do we make it? So how do we do it in such a way that we can see add it? Just come to custom here. Click any of the number format. In front of this, put space. If you like, put space. Then double quote liter. Double quote. It's okay. Now you can see everything is in liters, but the number does not change, but the format has changed. So you can add this together now. You can see everything is in liters, but you can add them together. 3,100 liters, 32 liters, 3,000 liters, based on what the formatting that we use.
Sorry, Mr. Akim, what do we input for the text? You said double quote.
Yes, double quote.
I didn't get the double quote.
Double quote on your keyboard. You just press double quote on your keyboard. Let me do it again. Let me change this. On your keyboard, we have double quotes there. Shift and quote. Let me show you on my own screen. Right. This is what is called double quote. This one, shift this. Can you see this? Can you see it?
Yes.
When you click on
Yes.
shift, you see it will bring out this one. So you put your text, anything you want to put, make sure you put inside double quote. You can see me now. I can come in and say, okay, double quote, kegs, double quote again, shift, hold up, every double quote. I can hit okay. Bam. Can you see it has changed to what? Kegs. You can also input sign inside it. You can add sign. You can add sign inside this one. Press Ctrl 1. That's okay. When something is going up, when something is increasing, when it's positive, I want it to show the upper sign. Let me look at this. I want to use something like this. That's okay. In front of this one, in front of this, before this semicolon, I can say okay, double quote. Then I press window key. Look how I'm pressing. Window key and V. Window V. Sorry. I'm pressing window V on my keyboard. Window V. That's okay. I say when it's going up, I want to show something like this. When something is increasing, and double quote again. Now, when it's coming down, when something is in minus, I want to show like this. Double quote, window V, and let's come here and pick where this one is facing down, right? Double quote. Hit enter. So anytime there is increase in the cell, it will raise up. Oh, not bringing out very well. Sorry, let me. Ctrl 1 again. So, which means that each time this thing goes up, when there's positive, it's going to show this. When it's not showing, okay. It's okay. It's not working fine. So that is the way by which you can also add text or add image. So you can add image to your text. When something is minus, you see you can try from your own end if your own work very fine. So you have this, your triangle facing down. When it's positive, the triangle will face up. So okay. So we're going to stop here today, and we're going to continue from conditional formatting tomorrow. Tomorrow we are starting by 1:45. So let's make it a time. So any question before we call it a day? Any question or comment before we call it a day? Any question, comment?
Hello.
Hello.
Okay. Please, sometimes when you type in a formula, instead of the formula giving results, what it shows is the formula itself that you have typed.
Okay.
So how do you rectify that?
When you type formula,
yes, in a worksheet,
formula itself. In a worksheet.
Instead of showing the result.
It means the cell is formatted as a text. The cell,
okay, so
when the cell is
formatted,
like, look at this my cell now. Ctrl 1, and I have text here. If it is formatted like a text, in most cases, when you type a formula there, it will not work as a formula. Let's check.
How do we correct it?
and you format the cell as a number again. Practice now.
Again.
Can you see now?
Mm.
Can you see the cell now? See the formula?
Yes.
But because the cell is a number, so you see this one instead. What you do first is
Yes.
go back to the cell again. Control 1,
Mhm.
make it a number of your choice, make it a number first, and it's okay. If you come back again now and you type, so because
Okay.
I copied the one from up there. Equal to sum,
To see the same.
for the bracket, you sum it, close the bracket, it starts working like a number.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I think we are good now. So remember, if you have not joined the class, you still have the grace between now and next week, Saturday, to join. Just quickly go to stellar.com/372767. Click on it, it takes you to the page where you want to register. If you are paying in full, just select full payment and pick the amount. If you want to pay in installment, select this instrumental payment, click on this and continue. This is the first payment and the last payment too. Pay when you are ready to make payment. So with that, you're able to get, if you join based on free mode, you can join on free mode, your joining will only last for tomorrow. After tomorrow, you'll be removed from the code. Thank you very much for your time. So we'll continue our discussion in WhatsApp group and we'll meet tomorrow. We are going to use the same link. We're going to start the class 1:45. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Akim. Thanks for your time. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
welcome. Thank you very much.
All right, sir.
Bye.
Bye.